garden tour time for August, and you've seen that we've harvested garlic and onions already. And I did harvest some herbs and I used some fresh herbs also for dinner, and some I have in the freeze dryer right now with the onions, and I'm hoping to do a video on that. And so we have been really warm, about 85, 90 degrees for us. That's warm. And so the gardens have really kind of taken off. And then we got a little dry, even though there were a chance of thunderstorms every day. We don't necessarily get them. But when we do get them, we get hail, of course, and then we do get a little bit of water, which has been really good. But now we are getting ready to take a dive into 60s, and I even saw a 50s for the daytime, and also some 40s at night. So I figured now's a good time to do a quick garden tour before things go south. But other than that, we've not really harvested anything except what I mentioned. So come on along, let me show you what we got. Here's the main garden, and I'm going to apologize in advance for all the motorcycles going by because it's rally time of year, and they'll be here for a month, so I'm not leaving my house. Here's the squash. You can see it's grown up a lot. I've done a lot of pruning on those, and we're still waiting on squash. Haven't had a one yet, but we do have some little yellow squash starting to poke through, and I'll get back to the squash in a minute. Here are the cucumbers. You know, they're the pole viney ones, regular cucumbers. They grew a little bit and lots of flowers, no fruit yet. We're still waiting on that. I was able to harvest some oregano, parsley, basil, and then this is lemon balm, which I'm going to be turning into an oil for soap. Chives are overgrown as usual. Potatoes are looking good. This year I tried something different. I plucked the flowers off. I was told that that would help them to continue to produce, but this is the best the potatoes have looked. Back here in the beans, our tiny little section of beans, we are starting to get some beans on them, so we'll see how that goes. And then the broccoli has continued to bolt. We've only gotten one head, and cauliflower is hail damaged and whatever's going on with it. But look, we are getting a little head of cauliflower. So I am going to tie this over it so that way it stays nice and white. The Swiss chard looks like heck. I've had to cut off dead leaves. And then zucchini, we've got lots of zucchini growing. And then we have plenty that are not fertilized properly, and I've had to rip them off, like this one. So the chickens have been happy with that. Let's head on over to the front garden. Here we are in the front garden. Since the last tour, I did use 7 on my strawberries because we had gnats that were eating them, and I wasn't going to tolerate that. They're ever-bearing strawberries. They continue to produce, and I have about a quart bag in the freezer so far, and we keep harvesting them, and we just keep freezing them. Over here, the blueberry bushes. It's their first year, so we don't expect much. I did harvest the onions and plant lettuce in there. Over here, you can see the asparagus just keeps continuing to grow. We added more, like I said, and it just continues to grow. Those are calendula because they'll reseed. Horseradish, some dill, and I've harvested some more basil I harvested, and we're waiting on raspberries. And I harvested cilantro, and I got a straw flower there. Echinacea did nothing. Let's look at the raspberry though. We've got some raspberries coming on. So let's check out the mobile greenhouse. I forgot my bush cucumbers out here. Still about the same size. 1 or 2 of them have grown. 3 have grown. But that's all they're doing. Here's the mobile greenhouse. King of the North peppers keep putting on foliage. They've got, I thought I saw blossoms on this one, but I think it's actually the one in the back. And you can see there we have some peppers. And I found a bush cucumber hiding. You can see these two are doing well. These two not so much. Those are habaneros. These are jalapenos with lots of peppers hanging on them. And then tomatoes. This greenhouse tends to be slower, which is a little odd with tomatoes because it's a hotter greenhouse, I think. I know back there, all the way in the back, that pepper plant has some blossoms on it. Oh, loofah, loofah, loofah. Loofah all but died off and now has decided to make a comeback and is growing like a weed and blossoming, but absolutely too late for it. Planted lettuce in here, planted lettuce in where the peas were, and I'm going to take a currant and an elderberry, and I have rooting hormone, and I'm going to cut off a branch and start new plants because I know the elderberry, Craig, one of our subscribers, said that we do need 2 in order to get the fruit. So we're going to do that. And Rochelle from Brampton Gardener, look at all the huckleberries. We've got tons of huckleberries. Can you see them all? Let me get under there. Look at all those huckleberries. So excited. And last but not least, the original greenhouse. Tons and tons of Roma tomatoes. And we're even getting close to picking time. This is a chili and a poblano. Looks like they're starting to get some blooms on it. And over here, we have the black strawberry tomatoes. Tons of purple Cherokee. And if you look back here, we're almost ready for a purple Cherokee. So not bad. Excited. I've been leaving the greenhouses closed in an effort to keep it really warm in there and also to hasten along the blushing process on the tomatoes. So seems to be working, so I'm going to keep that up. All right, so there you go, August garden tour, so stay tuned. Let's see what September brings. But hopefully we'll be back sooner showing you some of our tomato harvests is what we're hoping, and our pepper harvests. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.